In the history of rock, few things have been as powerful as a song that makes authority uncomfortable. Welcome to the 15 rock songs that are still banned in 2025, a journey through tracks that sparked censorship, scandal, and cultural debates that still resonate today. Some were banned by governments, others by television networks, universities, or radio stations. But they all share one thing in common: they crossed an invisible line. Today we'll explore why these songs were silenced, and why they remain so influential.
Body Count, Cop Killer.
When Body Count released Cop Killer in 1992, the United States was on the brink of a social explosion following the Rodney King case. The band led by Ice-T chose to channel urban rage into a direct, metaphor-free song. The track narrated fury against police brutality from a fictional perspective. However, many interpreted it as a literal incitement to violence. The controversy was immediate and nationwide. Politicians, police unions, and public figures demanded its immediate removal.
Shit's been too long. I got my 12 gauge sawed off. I got my head like...
Stores refused to sell the album and boycott threats multiplied. The debate escalated all the way to the United States Congress. The pressure became so intense that the record label chose to remove the song from the album. The case became a symbol of the clash between artistic freedom and social responsibility. Although it is not officially banned by federal law, it remains prohibited on multiple radio stations. In some countries and platforms, it has been temporarily blocked. Even today, it is cited as an extreme example of cultural censorship. Its history reveals how political context can turn a song into an ideological battlefield. Musically, it combined heavy metal with hardcore attitude. Its rawness was an essential part of its impact. Ironically, the controversy boosted the band's fame. Over time, it became a key reference in debates about freedom of expression. And in 2025, it remains one of the most controversial songs in rock. The Prodigy, Smack My Bitch Up. In 1997, The Prodigy released one of the most controversial singles of the electronic era. Smack My Bitch Up was interpreted by many as an endorsement of domestic violence. Although the band defended that the phrase meant doing something intensely, the media damage was already done. The controversy exploded especially because of its provocative music video. The reaction was immediate. The BBC decided to ban it from several time slots. MTV also limited its broadcast due to explicit content. The video, filmed from a first-person perspective, depicted excess alcohol, drugs, and violence. The final twist surprised viewers, but did not calm public outrage. The song was pulled in multiple markets. Despite censorship, the track became a commercial success. The controversy catapulted it to the center of the 1990s cultural debate. It was accused of glorifying destructive behavior. However, defenders argued it was social criticism disguised as provocation. Today it continues to generate discussions about representation and artistic responsibility. On some stations it remains edited or directly banned. It is an example of how visual impact can be as powerful as lyrics. And it demonstrates that scandal can be both condemnation and an unintended marketing strategy. Sex Pistols, God Save the Queen. During the celebration of Queen Elizabeth II's Silver Jubilee, the Sex Pistols released a cultural bomb. God Save the Queen directly attacked the British monarchy. Its lyrics denounced what they viewed as an oppressive and empty system. The chosen moment amplified the provocation. The United Kingdom entered a media panic. The BBC immediately banned its broadcast. Several stores refused to sell the single. There were even political pressures to block its rise on the charts. Many believe it was deliberately kept from reaching #1. The censorship fueled punk's rebellious spirit. Far from disappearing, it became a generational anthem. It represented youth anger toward a rigid society. It became a symbol of the British punk movement. Even today, it is considered one of rock's most subversive songs. At certain official British events, it remains prohibited. Its legacy demonstrates how art can challenge centuries-old institutions. More than a song, it was a political act. And its echo continues decades later. The Kingsmen, Louie Louie. In 1963, the Kingsmen recorded an apparently innocent version of Louie Louie. The performance was raw, almost chaotic, with vocals so distorted the lyrics were barely understandable. That lack of clarity sparked unexpected paranoia. Parents and authorities began to suspect hidden obscene messages. What no one could understand seemed dangerous. The song was investigated by the FBI for more than 2 years. The government analyzed the recording trying to decipher alleged sexual content. They ultimately concluded the lyrics were unintelligible, not indecent. But the damage was done. Several radio stations had already banned it. The scandal turned it into a national phenomenon. Paradoxically, the controversy boosted sales. The mystery fueled collective imagination. It became a symbol of 1960s moral hysteria. Many young people sang it precisely because it was forbidden. Today it is seen as a historical exaggeration. However, it set a precedent for preventive censorship. It showed that fear can be more powerful than evidence. And it made clear that rock was beginning to unsettle the system.
Madonna, Like a Prayer.
When Madonna released Like a Prayer, the scandal was immediate. The video mixed Catholic imagery with eroticism and racial commentary. Burning crosses and a black saint generated outrage. The controversy crossed religious and political boundaries. The Vatican publicly condemned the work. Her sponsorship with Pepsi was cancelled after the backlash. Television networks debated whether to broadcast it. Although it was not legally banned everywhere, it faced strong restrictions. In some territories, it was temporarily removed from programming. The song opened a debate about artistic freedom and religion. Madonna defended her vision as personal expression. Critics accused her of calculated blasphemy. The controversy strengthened her provocative image. In 2025, it remains a classic example of cultural collision. It is not universally banned, but its history still lives in media debates. It was an artistic statement that redefined boundaries. And it cemented Madonna as an expert at turning controversy into legacy. Pescado rabioso, mi gusta ese tajo. In 1970s Argentina, Pescado Rabioso released a song that deeply unsettled authority. Mi gusta ese tajo used bold sexual metaphors. In an increasingly repressive political climate, that alone was enough for censorship. Authorities deemed it immoral. It was removed from official circulation. The military dictatorship intensified cultural control. Many rock works were banned or monitored. The track was excluded from traditional radio. Censorship formed part of a broader apparatus of social control. Even so, the song survived in underground circuits. Young people shared it through homemade recordings. It became a symbol of cultural resistance. Argentine rock grew under pressure. Today it is remembered as a key piece of national rock history. Although no longer officially banned, its story reflects a dark era. It represents the clash between creativity and authoritarianism. And it proves music can survive even in silence. The Rolling Stones, Let's Spend the Night Together. In 1967, the Rolling Stones released a song whose suggestion was too direct for American television. Let's Spend the Night Together openly spoke of intimacy. For the conservative morality of the time, it was unacceptable. The scandal was immediate. When they performed on The Ed Sullivan Show, they were asked to change the lyric to Let's Spend Some Time Together. Mick Jagger agreed, but rolled his eyes in mockery. The gesture became a recorded act of defiance. The song was restricted on several radio stations. The censorship reflected the moral limits of 1960s television. However, young audiences embraced it without hesitation. Rock was advancing faster than official morality. Over time, the track became an undisputed classic. The controversy now seems almost innocent. But at the time it marked a cultural rupture. And it showed that the sexual revolution was also unfolding on stage. Censored Jiren, Viernes 3 a.m. In 1979, Censored Jiren released one of the most raw songs in Latin American rock. Viernes 3 a.m. directly addressed suicide and despair. During Argentina's dictatorship, such themes were considered dangerous. Authorities feared it could encourage self-destructive behavior. Censorship quickly followed. The lyrics described existential emptiness with chilling detachment. There were no gentle metaphors or comfort. Its harshness clashed with the official narrative of order and stability. It was removed from multiple radio programs. The regime monitored any message resembling social defeat. Among young people, however, it became a generational reflection. Many felt it expressed collective anguish. Argentine rock functioned as an emotional outlet in dark times. The ban only strengthened its aura of courage. Today it is considered a fundamental work of Spanish-language rock. Though no longer banned, it remains uncomfortable in its theme. It represents artistic risk under authoritarian conditions. And it proves imposed silence never erases a powerful song. The Shirelles, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? In 1960, the Shirelles released a ballad that seemed innocent, but wasn't. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow posed a direct question about love after intimacy. For its time, it was delicate subject matter. Female sexuality was not openly discussed. Especially not on the radio. Some stations considered the lyrics too suggestive. The song was restricted in certain conservative markets.
But will you love me?
Simply questioning male commitment created discomfort. Public morality was strict. Despite this, the track reached #1 in the United States. It was a quiet cultural victory. It marked an important step for female voice in early pop and rock. Its question resonated with millions of young listeners. Today it is heard as a romantic classic. But at the time it broke social taboos. Its history proves even a ballad can challenge norms. And that censorship often arises from fear of a simple question. Frankie Goes to Hollywood Relax. In 1983, Frankie Goes to Hollywood released Relax, a song with explicit sexual content. Its lyrics and visual aesthetic were provocative. In conservative 1980s Britain, it was too much. The reaction was immediate. The BBC banned its broadcast after a television performance. The decision produced the opposite effect. The public began buying the single massively. Controversy became free publicity. Relax climbed to #1 despite the ban. The debate centered on artistic freedom and public morality. The music video was also restricted for erotic content. The band embraced controversy as identity. Today it remains a classic example of failed censorship. What tried to silence it made it legendary. It shows how provocation can redefine a career, and how scandal can drive rock history.
Queen, Another One Bites the Dust.
In 1980, Queen released one of their biggest hits. Another One Bites the Dust had a dark, infectious rhythm. For years it was simply a global hit. But after the September 11th attacks in 2001, context changed. Several stations considered it inappropriate. The phrase "another one bites the dust" felt sensitive during national mourning.
No sound but the sound of speed. Machine guns ready to go.
US radio networks created lists of restricted songs. It was not a government ban, but widespread self-censorship. Social climate guided the decision. The song was never intended as literal violence. Yet emotional impact redefined its perception. Many stations avoided references to death or falling.
Hey, we're gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
It was a cultural reaction more than legal action. Over time it returned to normal airplay. But its story shows how context can transform meaning. Even a classic can become temporarily uncomfortable. And rock once again stood between art and social sensitivity.
Took me for everything that I had and kicked me out of my own.
System of a Down, Chop Suey. In 2001, System of a Down released Chop Suey, an intense and philosophical song. Its lyrics included references to death and divine judgment. After September 11th, these lines were considered inappropriate. Several US radio stations temporarily removed it. The song had no connection to terrorism. However, fear amplified sensitive language. It was included on not recommended lists. The industry acted with extreme caution. Despite restrictions, it became one of alternative metal's biggest hits. Its blend of aggression and melody made it unforgettable. Controversy only increased its visibility. Audiences embraced it as a generational anthem. Today it is a modern metal classic. The censorship was circumstantial but revealing. It showed how collective fear can reshape popular culture. And it confirmed art cannot be isolated from history. The Rolling Stones' Ruby Tuesday.
Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday.
In 1967, the Rolling Stones released Ruby Tuesday, a melancholic ballad. For decades, it was simply nostalgic. However, after September 11th, some US stations restricted songs with ambiguous references. Though not explicit, it appeared on precautionary lists. The decision responded to broader sensitivity policies.
She just can't be changed.
Many stations preferred avoiding possible controversy. It formed part of a wider wave of cultural self-censorship. Context dictated programming. Ruby Tuesday did not reference violence or tragedy. Yet national mood altered perception. Several classics were reassessed under new sensitivities.
Who could hang a name on you?
Fear temporarily redefined limits. Over time it returned to normal rotation. Still, its inclusion shows how even innocence can be affected. Rock history is full of reinterpretations. And context always plays a decisive role.
Unkind.
The Doors, Light My Fire. In 1967, The Doors emerged with Light My Fire. The lyric "Girl, we couldn't get much higher" was seen by executives as a drug reference. On American television of the time, that was unacceptable. When they appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show, they were asked to change the line.
Try to set the night on fire.
Jim Morrison agreed. But live on air he sang the original version. It became a historic act of defiance. After the broadcast, the band was banned from the show. The censorship reflected cultural fear of the counterculture. Psychedelic rock was clashing with traditional morality. The tension was inevitable. Light My Fire became a generational anthem. The controversy cemented the band's rebellious image. And it made clear that rock no longer asked permission. In 2025 it remains a symbol of creative freedom against censorship. And so we reach the end of this journey through the 15 rock songs that are still banned in 2025. Some were censored for politics, others for morality, others because historical tragedies changed their meaning. But they all share something essential: they challenged boundaries. If you enjoyed this in-depth analysis, like the video, share it with fellow rock lovers, and subscribe for more stories where music and controversy collide. Because when a song is banned, it's almost always because it said something no one wanted to hear.